Good evening, America. Welcome into Custom Concerns, Episode 1, a detailed discussion on the biggest issues plaguing our country. Tonight, we discussed what I believe to be one of the top concerns. We can talk about the economy. We can talk about the election, abortion, immigration, our planet. Please take care of our planet. It's so hot. But there's one thing that has been slept on by the mainstream media. I'm here to take care of that tonight. Joining me in my stream room from the left coast, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Kubanet is here.
This is probably the most important issue we will face in 2024, at least. There's nothing else that's more important than what's about to happen.
Thank you for that. I hit the wrong button. It was supposed to be an applause.
It sounded like a clapter, at least.
This is not Saturday Night Live. Let's try it again. I'm sending him out. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now, a man who is so jacked up on NCAA football anticipation, not the actual college sport itself, the video game. Join me now from California, my co-anchor tonight, Jesse Kubanet.
That wasn't quite a Collinsworth, but I thought I'm plugged in, so I didn't want the laptop to go, but I was trying to do it. Let me try it one more time.
There it is. And the crowd goes wild.
You could not have picked a better person, if I do say so myself, to come and talk to these folks about this game, because I love this game and I'm very excited for it to come out.
This game will be released to the masses on July 19th. That is 18 days away.
Actually,
the last time that it was released, I believe, was July 9th, 2013. It has been 11 whole years.
This is my my receipt. I went in because it's going to come out a little earlier if you buy it a digital copy. I went hard copy. I got hard. Because why would you not? They took it away from us. So why would you go digital in this time? Like I want the hard copy. I want to keep it in case they take it away.
Yeah.
So I hope all the gentlemen with us this evening went hard.
I think everyone's going to be real hard tonight for this entire. And also, I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but there are some big things that need to be discussed. And the main topic outside of the excitement of this video game coming back in 18 days is that we have a lot of new relationships that have bloomed in the last 10 years. Like I said, July, it's called NCAA 14, but it was July 2013 when it was released.
Yeah.
Right? Like this one will be NCAA 25. So it's really been 11 years. And in that time, people have moved away, started relationships, had breakups, had kids, had divorces. There's so many things that have happened in 11 years. But I think there's so many people who are sitting outside and looking in going, man, 18 days, I'm going to get that game. I am going to start playing it. But how am I going to navigate the waters of how much time I'm spending playing it?
Absolutely.
Because you have to talk to him. Have you, Jesse, talked to your spouse? Does she know,
She does. She's aware it's coming out. And I think one thing that helps, so this is, my wife and I have been together into like dating to now a little over 8 years. And so in that time, she's seen me play video games. And it definitely ratcheted up a lot in, the pandemic when everybody was playing Call of Duty Warzone like crazy. I played a little of it today. My setup's right behind me. You can see it. So she's familiar with me playing video games, but she's not so familiar with me playing this game. Because this game is hyper specific. I haven't played it at a high level since, I was in high school, I think. Middle school and high school is when I went real hard with it. I told you, I still think about a Road to Glory player I made. That was me. It was myself. I was the quarterback. and I was a true freshman at Tennessee, and I won the Heisman Trophy. And I think about it often, and I've thought about it often for several years. Just like fleeting moments. You're walking to the store to get a coffee in the middle of the day, and maybe you catch a glimpse of orange, and you think like, "Oh, is that Rocky Top orange?" And then I start to think about myself as a creative player, who I think it was NCAA 2006, which this would have been a fun experiment if I could name the dudes who were on the cover. I think '06 was before Reggie Bush. I think Reggie Bush was on in 2007, but it was one of those, and it was Road to Glory. And then I remember I simmed my last 2 years of eligibility, and my draft stock tanked. And then I put myself into Madden.
Yeah.
And I got drafted in the third round because
That's still
I,
fun.
I created a narrative that like my guy hit the partying a little too hard. Maybe like he had like a death in the family, and that like impacted his play.
Yeah,
and then,
dude.
Then I went to the Bears.
Yeah, and he had to compete for a start. Well, not with the Bears. You could just step in and start as a third rounder with the Bears, but
I had to compete with Cutler because he was still on the roster at the time. See, again, that was how long ago was that? I remember
11 years.
all aspects of that.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. For me, and by the way, if you're just joining us tonight, we're going to be bringing on. We've got a huge panel of guests that are going to be joining us throughout the night, jumping in, telling us about their experience, what's going to happen in the next 18 days. Will conversations need to be had in the house about how are we going to navigate these waters? Are you allowed to just video game as much as you want? Plenty of celebrity guests, or plenty of special guests coming through, and celebrity guests as well, perhaps. You never know. So it's going to be a wild night. Klay Thompson will be on. Booked him already, even though the deal's not official.
It was part of the contract.
Much like, if you go to the Lakers, if it works, good for me. We had Klay Thompson on, and if it doesn't work, it's everyone else's fault. It's just like it's why he didn't go to the Lakers. We're going to have Nate on in a couple minutes. Now, one thing I want to tell you my experience. I went to the University of North Texas. That is a school that you just can't envision ever winning a national championship. But it's a school who, in my 5 years of college there, 4.5, but 5 football seasons of college there, I believe won 1 home game. It's a school that now, though, in the days of NCAA football being allowed, you can make them a national champion. It's the impossible dream that you can make happen.
Will.
But I've also, because of my relationship, my wonderful fiance Rox, she went to Texas Tech. Get some friends who are big Texas Tech guys. I've become kind of Texas Tech is kind of my real team. UNT is my heart and soul. But we're in reality, in terms of having a chance to ever really make it to the college football playoffs, Texas Tech, it's good to have someone. I've turned into that, so I'm going to play as Texas Tech. This is a whole different life for me.
Would you maybe do the thing where you start as an offensive coordinator at UNT, kill it, and then maybe have the offer to one day go to Texas Tech? Then you could jump ship.
It's the dream, really, is to win a title at both places.
And you can do that. You can live that out. And that's what's great for my relationship with the game. My parents, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, grew up in the Dallas area. My parents were just small local colleges in Buffalo. So I've done the university at Buffalo before, and it's the university at Buffalo. It's a part of the SUNY network, Southern University of New York. SUNY Buffalo, I've done it with them. The UB Bulls, they're part of the MAC, so I've dabbled in MACtion. But they went to small schools. My sister went to Texas A&M, obviously a big powerhouse school. I've played with them in the past before. And then I went to a really small Division II school that did not have football. So what I love about watching college sports, whether it be college football or March Madness, it's all narrative for me. I have no dog in the fight. I don't really care who wins. I don't care if there's a powerhouse like Alabama that just runs the show for a decade. It doesn't matter to me one bit. I get to watch and enjoy. So picking these random schools is the best part about it. Because I don't really have a strong loyalty to any university, any school, any fan base. I spun a wheel in the EA Reddit thread. There's someone made one. It has every team that's in it, and I got Georgia Southern on my first spin. That seems like a good place to start. I'll probably start with a Heisman campaign first of all. Johnny Jugs or Tom Butts or something.
Yeah, definitely a funny name.
It's going to be a funny name, and then I'm going to take him to the promised land, and then I'm going to maybe take a year or two off because he's going to be on academic probation. Because winning a Heisman Trophy at a young age is going to go to his head, and he's definitely going to Johnny football. And then maybe I'll go back into the coaching circuit. Who knows?
The possibilities are endless, and the amount of time we need 36 hours in a day.
We absolutely do.
Especially as we get older. The life goes faster than it did 11 years ago, the last time we played this game, but that's a whole other topic. Couple comments. Thank you all for leaving the comments tonight. We really appreciate this. We're going to have a good time. That's a good reminder. SMU is in the ACC now. So all the Texas is in the SEC now. Like, it's a great time to have this game. Shit's weird out there. But joining us
and
now,
I think you could rebuild stuff if you wanted to. Like, you could rebuild the Big 12 if you want.
You're really your own boss. You have the keys to be your own boss. All right. The first on our big panel of celebrity guests tonight is a man who I believe, and I've never met the guy. If I had to guess, he's a Longhorns fan. Let's bring in Nate. Hello, Nate.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, good. How are you tonight, man?
Doing good. Just like Jesse, no loyalty to any team.
Yeah.
I'm free for the taking, man. So what we got, guys?
Well, you go ahead and tell us the situation, because I did have a criteria involved for everyone joining tonight. Must have been in a new relationship sometime in the last 10 years, and must be jacked about the game coming out in 18 days. So what's your relationship status here, man?
Yeah, so I've been married for 3 years. Been with my wife for 5. I told her about the game tonight. She's like, what are you doing? Why do you have to be on the computer at 9:00 tonight? I was like, there's this game coming out. And I started explaining it to her, and she saw that I was excited. So she's like, wow, that sounds really great. I was like, yeah, you're going to love it. So, she does have an expectation that I'm going to be really into this game, but my wife's super cool. I don't think she knows yet how serious it gets, but I'm excited for her to learn.
Can I ask, is she a Longhorns fan as well? So she's in, right? No?
No, she's not a huge college football. She went to Sam Houston, so
okay.
I'm a DFW guy stuck in Houston.
And real quick,
if she went to Sam Houston, I'm assuming she's also from Texas, so has some familiarity with high school and college football.
For sure. She grew up in Katy, big high school program.
So what's your typical football weekend like now? Well, Longhorns, let's say they're playing the night game Saturday night. Are we clearing out the decks? Does she know? You're getting locked in here?
Oh yeah. Saturday we got the Longhorns on. Sunday we got the Cowboy Heartbreak. It's a continuous cycle around the house.
This is something that's working against all males for any leverage here, is that we already claimed the weekend for ourselves September through January. Selfishly, we do this, and as many women can enjoy that as they want, but we're just talking here.
Yeah.
It does seem like, for me, she likes Texas Tech, so we do watch the Tech games, so it's not that big of a deal. Sunday, she likes the Cowboys. I like the Packers. She kind of knows that I'm noon to 10 going to be watching football. I got to make that up in other ways. I might be making some dinner, might be going out to dinner a little bit more,
That's all right. I have some questions for Nate and kind of for all the guys. Nate, I'm curious. It looks like you have a good setup here wherever you are. What's the home situation like? Are we in an apartment? Are we in a house?
So looks can be deceiving. I'm actually in my garage bar right now because we have a little one, so I don't want to. She's putting them down right now, which I'm hoping is a continual thing here. So bedtime, get a couple maybe 1-2 hours on the sticks. But no, we converted our spare bedroom to an office, which now has
Okay.
a TV and an Xbox in it. So
Okay, that was my follow-up.
uh,
Is this a communal area where the system is going to be where you typically would play, but it sounds like it's in your little bit of your own work / PlayStation.
there's a Peloton in there that's really good at collecting dust, but outside of that,
Okay.
it's the office, man.
Okay.
So you're thinking more nighttime, not getting up at 4 a.m. and sneaking in a couple hours before she gets up for work.
Yeah, outside of the PTO I took for the release, yeah, probably
Okay.
nighttime.
Well, that's great. That's
Jeez.
another question I had
But,
is what do you do for a living? What does she do? And did you have to do any explanation when taking PTO, or just like I got sick days, I'm taking them?
So it actually, I'm in sales. We work for a pretty big international company, but I was talking to one of the guys in New York on our team about a fantasy football league, and he mentioned the release date. He's like, "Yeah, I'll be off that day, getting ready for something."
Ah.
And I was like, "Getting ready for what?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing." I'm like, "Dude, I'm a nerd. What do you got?" And he's like, "NCAA." And I was like, "No way, man." So he's like, "We're putting together a league. Do you want to join?" I'm like, "Yes, man, put me in."
So Nate, I have something that I think we need to back pocket for you. And I told KT this yesterday. I think we should do a follow-up on this in a couple months to see how everyone's doing with it. One, I want to know the story. How's your franchise or your dynasty going? How's your Heisman campaign? If you are starting to get heat for putting too much time in, you now have a colleague who's also involved. This game has now become good for your career.
I couldn't agree more.
No.
This brings people together.
No, it really does. You need to find a boss who really likes it. You know, a bonding thing at work. You know, take Friday afternoon off. We're gonna all go play. So she kind of knows, but like, how much are you going to be sweating it here? You can't. Are you in a situation where, look, we're done with work. We've had dinner. It's 8:30. You can just go off and play, and she'll watch the Bear or whatever.
No, my wife is really notorious for falling asleep around that 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So man,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's in the bag. I got it. So 5
Because
hours
I
of
was
sleep.
gonna ask that too. And I think this is interesting. My wife and I tend to go to bed at a similar time, but also we're in an apartment. I think if you have a house, it's a little bit easier because if you're just in the living room watching TV in an apartment, the bedroom's literally right there. You're going to keep that person up. But if you're in a house, like you got this garage set up, she's going to bed early. I think you're kind of golden. Yeah, you got the headphones. You're good to go.
Yeah, as long as I'm not raging on anyone, man, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
See, and that's why for me, I don't. For me, it's a very important alone time. So I probably won't be doing a lot of group playing, the headphones on, in leagues with my friends, because this game is just spectacular for that. So if you want to go the player route, you can. If you just want to build the thing up, you can. And there's a bit of a guilt. I've always felt this, even when I was younger and not in a relationship. I always felt a little bit of guilt with video games when you kind of have gotten close to accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish, and then you kind of do accomplishment, and then you accomplish it, and then you go, now what am I supposed to do? Just run it back and do it again? Like I've conquered it. But
Nate mentioned
never ending.
You mentioned that you called yourself a nerd, which I would also put that on myself. And kind of on that, KT, I remember playing, it was on Xbox. It was the first like open world Spider-Man video game. Now they all are. You can go web all over New York. This is the first one, and you beat it. And Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, at the end says, "You did it. Now go outside and play." And I'll never forget how hard that hit me because I put so much time into that Spider-Man game. And there's a little bit of that feeling with these games as well. It's just like, I've just won my 3rd national championship in the month of March. What am I doing with my life?
No, I couldn't agree more. Back in the day, it was, KT might like this. I would usually start out as the offensive coordinator at somewhere like UNT, and you recruit your players, your star players on academic probation. He has to sit out a couple games, and you got Alabama on the schedule. But that's what we love about this game. So I'm super excited to get back into that, and I'm concerned. How deep am I going to get back into it?
I feel like pretty deep.
Yeah, this is why we're doing this tonight, though. We're trying to find the best way to handle this. I don't think anyone has the answer yet. Before we let you go, we are going to spin the wheel to show you what team you have to play with first. Though.
Yes, you found the wheel.
Yeah, you're going to have to bypass Texas the first go around.
Maybe you start there.
Never start there.
This is great. Hold on, I'm going to write these down.
It's hard to see.
It should pop up in the center. If it's the same one I did. No way.
No
way. Yes.
No, this is rigged.
You can't rig it. You can't rig it. That's live action.
That is fantastic.
That's why we go live.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Congrats,
oh my God.
Wow. Oh.
Gig 'em.
Type of thing we know why we're doing this for that.
Man.
Nate, thank you so much for your service.
You're the man.
Thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun.
All right, I'm going to kick you out now.
Alrighty.
But keep listening and like.
I will.
And all the stuff. There he goes. Good dude. Good dude.
Great.
Unbelievable.
I am going to keep track. I'm going to keep track of who gets what, and when we check back in, we will see if they followed through. If that dude does one full season in any capacity with A&M, I'll be shocked.
He'll probably just turn it on and just let it.
Let it ride. Yeah.
Let it ride. Okay, for those just joining us, our rodeo popped in. So what's going on here, KT? So what we're doing tonight is a new series called Custom Concerns, where we take a look at the biggest issues plaguing our country and our world. And with NCAA football coming out in 18 days, I'm not sure how many people in new relationships have talked to their significant other about how much time they're going to be spending. Because I made an intro before we talk to our next guest, here this is in case you missed it. Joining me is Jesse Kubanet from, well, honestly, he's from a little bit of everywhere, but he lives out in California. You may know him from such greatness as Sports and Such, and he worked on the Jimmy Kimmel Show for a long time. Good friends with the Ben and Skin Show for many years, and a great dude.
Avid NCAA football player.
Avid NCAA football player. Is it you though, or is it Tom Butts?
My last creative player was me, but then I did go down a run for a while where I would, because I know this is a Skin thing too. He thinks all bands that have like a number in it are bad, but I would do like Matchbox 20, and so my guy's name would be like Tom Matchbox, and then he would wear number 20, or like John Maroon, and then he would just wear 5, so his jersey was Maroon 5. But yeah, I have a couple. That could be another thing in the check-in is I will update who my creative player is, but he's going to be quarterback for sure.
Yeah, of course, you have to be. Signal caller, the most important position in sports. Joining us now on our celebrity panel is a man. If I had to guess, this is an LSU Tiger fan. I've never seen the guy. I don't know. Chad.
Hey guys, how are you?
Chad, what's going on, man?
How are y'all? Thank y'all for doing this. It's a really cool idea and fun.
Oh, well, thanks for joining. We're just trying to, figure out things out there. I know for one, I have had the honest conversation, but I don't know if many people have. And I hope that they are willing to have that conversation. What's the relationship status here, Chad? It's an important factor in all of this.
Girlfriend of 4 years. And so I also took the day off.
Okay.
And she's like, so I use floating holiday. I didn't use personal day. I'm like, floating holiday. Yeah, that's perfect what this is.
That's what it's there for.
Exactly. I mean, I have 2. This is 1, and I'll take maximum occupancy day for the next one. Simpson, sorry.
No, perfect.
Do that. So yeah, and she's like, "Why are you wasting a day off?" And I was like, "Well, you want to go get your nails and toasted? Here you go, have fun." And I get like, I buy a couple of hours of free time with it the day it comes out, and then she has a work trip planned, and she leaves for 2 weeks, like the last week of July, first week of August. So I get like a block of I can just go to town, and I can rack up 2 or 3 seasons there and figure out kind of what I'm doing. So yeah, and like I really don't video game much. If I do, I'll pop on if my son's at his mom's, and he and I will play each other. So I'm sure he and I will do a lot of that on this, and like I'm looking forward to, because he's 14. This is like the first time he's really been aware of a new version of it. And I mean, so full disclosure, I played NCAA 14 last week. I have a 360, still works, still have the game. Yeah. I have updated rosters. Yeah, I'm that guy. So for me, like, this is really the only video game I ever played. Like, I didn't, like, once I hit, and like, just to date myself, my first cover athlete was Ricky Williams.
Okay.
So PlayStation 1, 99. Came out in 99, NCAA 2000.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I was doing in my head when you said it, because it's Ricky, Sean Alexander, Chris Winkie, Joey Harrington, and then I get sticky after Joey Harrington.
Joey Harrington, the Oregon one?
Yes. And then Tom Zubikowski was the one that you were thinking of earlier, the Boise State guy.
Boise State, I put damage on that one. I put a lot of hours into that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and like I bought them all. And like the other thing I'll do online, excuse me, my first roommate lives in South Carolina, and he and I will fire up and play each other. That's kind of how he and I, a lot of our like talk now is, hey, like we would, in college, it was, hey, the game came out, I will go pick it up and get a case of beer, and it will be the next day before we know it. And so I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also like, I'm really looking forward to, like, because my son, he's out of school. I'm like, hey, just come over that day. So my son's going to be here, and he and I are going to hardcore hit it that day.
There's a whole new generation of people who are about to discover this, and that's great. Like, kids getting Jesse and I are mid-30s, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But this goes back to our childhood. I was a guy who's always had NFL over college football too, in terms of like what I like, but the video game was always college football because of what you could do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
room for growth.
I grew up a Saints fan. I was always college over pro until like, until Drew Brees showed up. So it was like, always Saturdays were greater than Sundays, and now it's So like for me, this one was always.
Oh, sorry, Chad, to cut you off. You mentioned that like you have the games, you have a 360. You're updating the current rosters, which I know a lot of people do. Yeah. So and you said it was your girlfriend?
Yes.
Girlfriend's aware that you play this game. I'm curious, like, she knows a new one's coming out, but also we asked this of Nate, the last guy. What's the setup like? Are you in the communal space, like a living room, or do you have kind of like your own area where you're playing?
So the 360 is in the living room, and then I have a Series S, and it's in my son's bedroom. So, gotcha. And we might have strategically put a recliner in his bedroom for
yeah.
So,
of course.
So yeah. So
that's where the new one's going to be played.
Yeah,
is in the
new one will be in his room. Absolutely. Yeah. So it'll be and like her daughter has an activity. It's 2 nights a week. So they we live out by the Speedway. It's in Arlington. So hey, I get 2 nights to myself, and I do a lot of my kind of binging on those nights. It's like, hey, I can kind of make it where I can use that time where I really don't bother anyone. I'm not kind of
not hurting anyone. Who gets hurt?
Exactly.
Who gets hurt by that? No one's hurt by that.
That's what I try to do. Exactly.
I like this one a lot. There's a solid structure in place here where you're taking a floating holiday. She's got some work travel coming up, and you have built-in days where it's on. I like this.
So, and like the previous, I believe Nate. Is it Nate? Yeah, just like Nate, dude on my team the other day was like, "Hey, I'm out on this day," and I just ping him, and I'm like, "Are we?" And he lives in Florida. Like, you're starting Florida State dynasty that day, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, right, I'm starting a Florida State dynasty that day. I'm like,
This is
here is my
amazing.
tag. I will be starting an LSU dynasty that day.
No,
So-
it's perfect. It's perfect. And this is also like, to me, it's a type of thing where you look at this game, it's the fact that you have like a kid involved too, and like they can play and kind of go through it with you. That'll be really cool. But we do have to find out, Chad, what team you're going to have to start out with, though.
Okay.
It can't be LSU because rules are
So-
rules.
And I always started, hey, I will be an OC I was like filtered to 1 star. And then I'll pick, man, what's the least appealing of that option? Okay, I'll take them. And then I would then see kind of every year play the coaching carousel and see. Like,
Well,
I'm
this-
good as long as it's not like Alabama. Like
Oh.
that
Well,
one
the
really
last
kind
guy
of ruined
got-
the day. Oh, I
The
saw.
last guy
yeah.
got A&M, so
Here we go, Chad.
Yeah.
if you do get Alabama, people are going to think this is fake, but I've done this too. Oh,
Come on.
hey!
Baby.
Okay. You can make it work. I can
Do it
make
for
work.
me.
Make it work.
Take the mean green to greatness. Ha! Take flight.
Okay. I did not know what the sound was. I didn't know there was a sound associated. That's
That-
impressive.
Wow.
See,
It
ours
does
is
feel
just
like a Texas thing, not like Texas in general, but like Longhorns A&M, and then they're really trying with this. But I don't think anybody else does a hand thing. Any other schools?
Yeah.
I mean,
Does
yeah,
LSU do Tiger
TCU
Claws?
does a little thing. I don't know.
No,
Is there-
but
That's TCU.
Nate, welcome to the SEC. With horns down real quick.
There you
Sorry.
go.
They
Yeah.
joined today, so he gets it. There we go.
Suck it. I don't know. It's fine. I'm just being weird about it, but hey, gonna be a little bit of a ride for you in the American Conference, but take
We're fine.
care of my mean green. Look,
Hey, there's a lot of talent in DFW to go recruit.
you're gonna get Houston thrown at you. You know, you can deal with them. You're gonna get, I think Memphis is gonna get thrown at you. You know,
Okay.
you can handle that. Southern, what's a UAB? I think
Southern Miss and Tulane.
I should know. I'll worry about it later. Chad, you handle UNT for me. We're going to go on to Hunter now and keep it going.
Chad, you're the man.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy
Have
the
a great
game.
night.
Rock on, Chad. How cool is that, man? This is great. You're
I
just
love
joining
how
us.
many people are getting it with other colleagues remotely.
Yeah.
Like, this is the beauty of remote work.
Oh, get back in the office. No. I can't
No.
put them.
Especially not now.
It's too late to go back. We know too much. Let's move it on and find out what school this guy's going to have to play with first. Hunter, welcome to Custom Concerns Episode 1 on youtube.com/@KTFunTweets. Like, follow, subscribe, and all the things with Jesse as well. Hello, Hunter.
Gentlemen, how y'all doing tonight?
Outstanding. I like your lights out there. You out on the back porch here?
Yes, sir. That'll show you how much scene control I have. So
Yeah. This is going to be a tough one. Is this home base?
this is home. Well, we'll be playing the video game system set up in the living room. She tends to stick to her office, so there's a fighter's chance here. We're gonna get some game time in.
Okay.
Okay, so we have kids. When did this relationship start? What's
Nope.
the story here?
No kids. We're going on 7 years dating. Moved 4 different states together and have managed to stay together. Not even a big video game player. I've got a PlayStation 5. I've got the VR headset. I probably haven't played it in a year, but grew up playing NCAA football, lots of sleepovers with the boys. So it's the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully get some time on the sticks.
That's amazing because I'm not a big video game player either, but this one does have me going a little bit. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying, but 7 years,
Yeah.
four states.
What states? Rattle
So
them
we
off for us.
started here in Texas, then we went out to Portland, Oregon, then down to Newport Beach, California, then up to Seattle, Washington, and then when the pandemic hit, came back home where family is.
Wow.
Okay, so does she know? I mean, if you have a PS5, she knows, but what's
She-
the
She's aware of the game. I don't think she understands the kind of commitment to, take a smaller school and go get that natty and build up a Heisman candidate all the way to the trophy. So probably more commitment, but we've got decent schedules that might work out. She owns a catering business. So she spends a lot of Friday and Saturday nights out at weddings and big venues. And so that kind
That's
of
perfect.
plays out perfectly that I can, do a little cleaning in between games, and house will look nice when she gets home, and I'll stay out of the doghouse.
This is a good setup you got going right here. And as Jesse's kind of been asking, you have a setup, a separate room, or are we set up in the living room?
It'll be in the family room for right now. It's where the nicest TV, the surround sound's all set up. She tends to let me have that room. When she's home, she spends most of it in her office. She works. She's easily the breadwinner. This is a great situation. All things are looking up over here.
Yeah. And I love that you are it's good that you know that and can admit that, because also you are going to be sitting inside playing video games for a long time, so you will have zero legs to stand on. So it's glad that we're already there. I'm curious right now. So you're not a huge player right now, but it's in the living room. Right now, is the PS5 kind of like a Netflix machine? Like, do you just use that? Is that what you funnel all your like current entertainment through, or is it just you got a deal on one and you picked it up?
Pretty much. A buddy of mine had me sign up at work back when they were hard to get, and got an email that I wanted. Every like 6 months, I go through this phase of I'm going to get back into video games. I still keep the Nintendo 64 at the office, and I do put in quite a bit of time on that, on some Mario Kart and GoldenEye. Nice. But I keep thinking I'm going to learn to play video games. I've tried Fortnite, and it's just, man, getting fucked up by a bunch of 10-year-olds, and then what they're going to do to your mom. Like, man, I've already got, anxiety. I don't need to add this to my life, but we're willing to dive back in.
I think that's a really interesting point on all this, because like I think everyone that we've talked to so far is at least like mid-30s, and like video games now are very different than they were before, especially like online video games. They started to take off. At least I think Halo was the first jump. Like when Halo went fully online, that jumped another way. Like the trash talk is insane. People are insane. They're really violent. I know Chad was mentioning having a 14-year-old. Like, this is a fairly wholesome option, a fairly like good number, number two. That's not Fortnite. It's not Warzone. It's perfect for this. And it's also, you can go at your own pace. You can play it like rookie, pro. I don't remember what the difficulty settings were like. I'm sure it's like freshman, sophomore, or like All-American, Heisman or something like that's like the difficulty tiers. You can set your own difficulty and like create your own destiny.
It's odd how you can make the NCAA wholesome.
Yeah.
By playing this game. It's like, because it is like a weird.
The kids are getting paid now, it's all good.
It's all good. I did see some kids that they got left off. By the way, Rick and Mike, I see you guys. We're going to have you on in next, so just kind of stay on deck. If you're just joining us, we're discussing in 18 days the new NCAA video games coming out, or it's actually called EA Sports College Football 25. Coming out.
No one's going to call it that, right?
No one's going to call it that. It's always been that, and the NCAA could like not exist anymore. And I think we'll probably call it that. I don't know, man. In golf, the major in a couple weeks is called the British Open, and people call it the Open. I don't get it. You just call it what you have always called it.
Yeah.
But we are discussing new relationships or relationships that have not dealt with these uncharted waters before, because there are some of you out there that are your significant other has not seen you the way you will be once this game drops. They haven't seen this side of you. So what's your team of choice, Hunter?
Man, I'm a proud Austin Community College dropout, so my allegiance don't run too deep. Dad went to TCU. We used to have season tickets as a kid back when they, it was like a high school stadium. Lot different show now that they're in the Big 12. Mom's a UT grad. Actually went to a UT Vandy game with her, and she felt bad for Vandy, so started rooting for them. So that allegiance doesn't run too deep. So I'm good with the spin of the wheel to see who we're taking to the Natty in my first year.
All right.
I love it.
That's
another thing that's great about this game. Like, I went to a super small college, didn't have a football team, and I still love this game.
Yeah, right. And then like you almost have like a weird connection. Like, remember that time that I took Central Florida before Central Florida even got big? I played with
You
them.
find yourself rooting for him on Saturdays in real team.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So Hunter, here we go. We've had Texas A&M went to Nate. Chad got North Texas. Let's spin this bad boy. Oh, I love wheel spins. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, that's a great start.
We can do it. We can take New Jersey all the way, baby.
I love it. Rutgers. That's also fun. Taking a school that is just kind of shitty at the sport and morphing them into a dynasty.
I feel like Rutgers probably has to be
Rutgers.
It has to be one of the most common ones where you're like, I guess I'll do Rutgers.
Yeah, sure. The red, red's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just red. It's just red. Is that what they are? The Rutgers Red? That's just what their team name is? That's their mascot?
Yeah. Rutgers red. Red ass is the Scarlet Knights. So yeah, the Red Knights.
Kind of red. Yeah, the Red Knights. Hunter, I think you have the most interesting setup here because the other guys, like their significant others, like kind of new, had like a vague awareness of it. Yours, like you've been out of the game for a little bit, but the fact that she has a real like hands-on job where like she will be at events that are 8, 10, 12-hour days, I think that's going to bode really well for you. You're going to get a lot of time in there.
He comes home exhausted while I've sat there and smoked pot and played video games.
Yes.
You should all find you one, man. It's a great thing.
Dude, ain't that the truth?
Go Rutgers Red.
Beautiful. All appreciate it, gentlemen. Y'all have a good evening.
Thanks a lot, Hunter. We appreciate it. Great dudes. Well, it's 3 for 3 on good dudes so far.
Yeah. I mean, that's also a thing, too. Not to get too deep in it, but like the other games that we've mentioned are so toxic.
Yeah.
And so bad. There's not really a toxic thing about this, which is weird. Again, you mentioned the NCAA and all the everything that's wrong with sports in general, but this is truly all the good that goes with sports. Like this is the most fun thing that's going to happen in a really long time.
Y'all keep the comments coming. Frogger forever. There we go. We're checking the comments too, just so we're not,
Nick lives on the edge.
He does live on the edge. Thank you all guys for all joining tonight. We're just discussing college football 25 coming out in 18 days, aka NCAA. And the criteria here was new relationships, right? Are relatively new relationships, at least since 2013 when the last version of this game happened. And then thanks a lot, Ed O'Bannon, for causing us to lose out on the game for the last 11 years. That's 11 years of happiness. And so we talk about, there's a generation of people who have never seen the Cowboys in a Super Bowl, right? The last 30 years or whatever. There's a generation of people who don't know what this game is.
They've never run the option.
They've never
successfully run the option.
We've never tinkered with the Air Force playbook. So we will move on to Rick. Hello, Rick. Welcome.
Hey, T. Jesse, how we doing, fellas?
Rick, how are you?
Real quick, Mike and Dom on deck. You guys hang tight. We're going to get to you guys next. You're not concerned at all, are you, Rick? This is Custom Concerns episode 1. Not concerned at all. You got scene control?
Zero level of concern for me, KC. Zero level.
And where are we right now? If I had to guess, this either could be an office kind of front window of the house, or you're in your kitchen right now.
You nailed it with the front kind of office situation.
Office?
Yeah.
Okay. Where if you're not tell us why you are not concerned. Actually, yeah, give us the relationship rundown first, and then I want to know why you're not concerned.
All right, relationship rundown first. We were best friends in high school.
Good start.
I moved away to Chicago in 2013. Moved back to Texas in 2017. We started dating shortly after that. Got married in 2020. I should also note that the last time that I played NCAA 14 was also in 2017. Took me a while to get rid of it. PS4, baby. Married in 2020, and been the best 4 years of my life. I've got a great setup situated here. When I had a PS4, we had an old house. The living room housed the PS4, housed the console situation. There were some dark days there. We moved into a new house. I've got the office. I've got an upstairs room that could not be farther away from my bedroom.
Good.
So my upstairs gaming situation has the PS5, which will in 18 days house NCAA 25 or whatever they're calling it. I fully intend to call it that until they pry that away from my cold, dead hands. On the opposite side of the house, you couldn't get farther away, is where my lovely wife will be residing, catching up on Bridgerton or The Crown or whatever it may be. But if she wants to join in, it's there. If she doesn't, it's not.
And hold
Not
on,
the
really
least bit
quick.
concerned.
On the dimensions, was it an upstairs downstairs situation or all one?
It is currently an upstairs downstairs situation.
And then and the bedrooms upstairs as well.
The bedroom is downstairs.
I think
The
that helps
gaming
you even more.
situation is up.
Your sound's gonna rise. Your screams of passion for when you score a touchdown are gonna go up. Like hot air rises, so does the passion of a college football fan.
Well, exactly. Yeah. But this is at the far end of the house. I'm above the garage. Like
That's great.
Yeah. No, it might as well be soundproof.
Okay, who's your team of choice?
Yeah. Was Chicago for college? It was 4 years.
Chicago was for work.
Okay.
No, I went to college at Texas Tech.
Okay.
And ironically, my team of choice was UNT because I wanted to build up the small school. I know. Shout out KT. I wanted to build up the small school and give them something that they probably would never have. And that's always the dream. I would also create my own team. Like East Texas University make them an academic school and then just build from that. That was always like, that's the real challenge.
We love building stuff. That's
it's Dynasty Mode is an American institution. When we lost that, we lost something. Just
you got a point, Rick. Everything went to hell in a handbasket after that game went away.
It did.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like if you look at the timeline, yeah,
it's been trash ever since.
I don't want to say correlation equals causation, but when Dynasty Mode left us, what happened?
We lost our goddamn minds. This is good. And what I like, we have gotten, was it Rick's number 4? We've gotten 4 players here. Real, true players. Now people are like, I kind of like casually play it. You have a system. You're set up. I think we may have skipped ahead on. Did you? She's aware. Your setup is good, but she's aware this is coming.
Yeah, have y'all talked about this?
So not until like last night when I answered the call. She's listening right now as well.
Yeah.
No, she's available for comment if needed. But
are you the one that I talked to? Are you the one that I talked to that mentioned bringing the wife in?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I did talk. Yeah. I want to make sure it was you. Okay.
I'm ready when you are for that exploration there, KT.
I think this live stream could use some estrogen. So let's bring her in.
All right, love. It's all you.
Howdy.
Hello.
How we doing? Welcome.
Thank you.
What was your name?
I'm Brittany.
Brittany, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
And
Brittany.
go ahead, are you ready for what's about to happen?
Well, so I just became aware after the Twitter exchange because he had to give me the background that, oh, by the way, there's a video game coming out.
Really quick, sorry, I want to jump in really fast. There was a Twitter exchange. I'm assuming you're referring to KT's tweet, and then I'm assuming then I got off Twitter a long time ago because it was not doing good for my brain. Rick, I'm assuming you replied to KT's tweet, and then did you see it on Twitter, like in the other room? Like, what the hell is this?
No, I'm not. So I'm not on Twitter. He told me about it because he was kind of like, hey,
gotcha.
I offered you up for this. are you
Got
okay
it.
with doing this? And I was like, I sure. Like, what's the game?
Well, you'll get a team too. We'll spin for you. You'll get
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's the game. Is there's a big spin here in a minute. So, are you perfectly cool with him playing as much college football as he wants when this thing drops in 18 days?
Sure. Look, we survived Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
and at
very
that
good
point-
parallel. Yeah.
And at that point, that's when the gaming system was in the living room. And so at least this one won't have like a storyline that I get sucked into.
Yeah. That's
so-
that's an interesting one because that took a lot of time. I didn't personally dive into that until the pandemic hit, where I was like, well, now I'm just at home. I have an infinite amount of time, so I'll play that. Yeah, if you all got through that, I think this one will be
We now
not
have separate
necessarily a walk in the
rooms.
park, but yeah,
It'll be-
because like there's also a clear start and stop of like I'm playing this game and now it's over. You can knock one game out. Rick can scratch his itch, and then you guys can go back to watching, Survivor or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm curious, not even really curious, but Rick said something about like Bridgerton or some other shows. They should have aligned these drops. Bridgerton should have come out
100%.
when this came out.
Yeah.
That's
Missed
the
opportunity.
biggest. Yeah, that's like one phone call, and I think everyone's on board. I think numbers for both would be through the roof. That's a miss. That's a swing and a miss.
Yeah. And I'm like 2 seasons behind on The Crown. So it's been I've got
There you
good
go.
binge TV to get
I think
through.
this setup's gonna work. You guys aren't gonna talk for a very long time, but the setup's gonna work.
This is true.
Well, Game of Thrones is back, so I know I'll still get Sunday nights.
Ooh.
So
There you go.
it's built in kind of safety net. I know he will come back downstairs at some
You got
point.
Hot D back. We're in good shape here. Are there any other hobbies or anything that you would do that to just kind of take up time outside of TV? Is there anything else that he might not be involved in?
I mean, I putter around. Usually I'll get a wild hair and decide I want to like redecorate something. And that usually gets him to pay attention because it usually then ends up
Well,
creating mess. But
we've been giving a lot of advice one way. Now to go the other way, you have an absolute golden opportunity to redecorate something within the next 6 months.
yeah.
I wouldn't shoot immediately, but I would let it sit for a little bit and, I don't know, take a sketch pad around, write up some ideas. And again, we want to like revisit this with people and come back in a couple months. I'm curious, like you're sitting on a win. I don't know what it is yet. Exotic Japanese toilet, new painting, a pool in the backyard, whatever it may be. You got something that I would say use it wisely because you're never going to get as good an opportunity as you will in the next 6 months.
Yeah, so you're going to say that we're going to revisit this in 2 months, and I'm going to learn something about my house that I wasn't aware of before then.
Well, you're not even going to go wherever that is. If it's not where the system is, you're not even going to know that it's different.
It's true.
You know what's happening. You've won so many championships.
Yeah.
That's right. I've taken UNT to the promised land so many times.
UNT rise from the ashes. Holy
Yeah.
cow. UNT in the SEC dominating what? Because of you, my friend. Because of you. Thank you all. We're going to do a spin for both of you. All right. We'll go ladies first here. Brittany, here's the team that you're going to have. Even though Rick might play it for you, and you can just see how it goes.
We can even sim it through and like see deep into the future, see how it goes.
Oh, the Golden Bears of
Oh,
California.
nice.
Okay. Yeah. Little Aaron Rodgers.
The fighting Aaron Rodgers. No one really thinks about them too much. So you could bring
Yeah.
them back to prominence for the first time since Aaron Rodgers. for
Excellent swimming school. Excellent swimming school.
Brittany. It's swimming.
Great swimming school.
We're a swimming household, so yeah, we
Are you guys actually swimmers?
not at all. Like
Okay, never mind.
Plan, yeah.
Yeah,
the reason
no.
I went to a super small college is because I was on the swim team. So that's the
Oh,
only reason
no.
why I got excited. They don't
Sorry,
have a
we
game
can't
for us
bond
yet.
over that. Yeah.
Okay, Rick, here's your school.
All right.
I love this.
I like when it's a small one or a weird one.
I'm hoping for small, something to build up.
I got small for you right here.
Oh, this is going to be great.
That's perfect.
I can't believe the first one was A&M. We've had A&M, UNT, Rutgers, UTSA, and then
The
Cal Golden
Roadrunners.
Bears. That's fantastic.
Yeah, running
Dude.
the NCAA. That's what
You
they're
can
gonna do.
with the Roadrunners, you'll be in UNT's conference, so you can just kind of whoop, and then you know what? After I've won the American Conference with the Roadrunners, you know what? I'll prove how dominant I am. Go to a lesser team, UNT at the time, take them to the top. Meanwhile, Brittany's working on a project over here while House of the Dragon's on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You guys are going to
Gosh.
have a beautiful water fixture somewhere in that house.
Thank you all
100%.
for your time tonight. We really appreciate it. And best of luck with what's coming in the next 18 days. Thank you both for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good
There
night,
you go.
guys.
Rick and Brittany. All right. Wow. This is we're on like a run of some fun people here.
Yeah.
I got Mike and Dom in the waiting room. All right. We're gonna go just in order that it's going. Mike, how you doing?
Mike,
going
what's
on, guys?
happening?
How are y'all?
And we're doing really good. We're
Good.
we're trying to just kind of get a handle on what's happening here in the next 18 days. This thing drops. New
A lot of-
relationships this might be a thing they haven't dealt with, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of possible fights, but not in this house. Not in this house.
What's your
Okay.
status here?
Talk to us.
So we met in 2016. Got married in 2021 ish. Soon as I heard the news it was dropping, let her know that my life will be pretty much done with any type of family stuff. Between I coach youth football, so between that and the game coming out, she's probably not going to see me a whole lot. So
you put it down early. You're like, this
Right
is
when it came.
happening. Yeah.
yep, right when it came out. Like you're not. Yeah, we met later in life. You're not going to mess up the childhood memories.
Yeah, the nostalgia factor, really, you can use that for good here. You can almost weaponize nostalgia here, which is great.
Well, I
Yeah.
weaponized my 7-year-old too because I got him on board. So he says, "Mom, we're playing." So
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so
And that's great because I can't remember when I first picked it up. It was definitely on like PlayStation or something. And at a very young age where you don't really know what's going on. But you're also a youth football coach. This is film study, my friend.
Oh,
This
yes.
is you are running plays. You are getting ready for practice, for games. I'm assuming, is your son on the team? Are you coaching your
yeah,
son's team?
absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna create the playbook. We're gonna
Oh,
create the playbook. If that feature's there like it used to be, we're gonna create the playbook and we'll let him run with it.
What's the
It's
team name?
So we're Cattle Mills Foxes. So
The Foxes.
probably
I like
what
that.
we'll end up going ahead and naming it on the game too. Might as well.
Yeah.
Go all
Oh, yeah.
out.
Create the team. Kiddo on there. Man, it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah,
What
get him-
position
get
does
him
your
going.
son play?
So he plays defensive back and wide receiver.
Oh, it's great.
So you told her way back when.
Yep.
Are you have you done a reminder? Has it come
Oh.
up in conversation?
Oh yeah, just about once a month.
Yeah,
And now we've got back practicing again. So me and all the other coaches, we're hoping that the dynasty's back and we can all play against each other in the dynasty. So we can take that one night to play against each other.
That was
so-
what I was going to ask too. So you and the coaching tree of the coach on the team, and then I have to also assume some of the other dads,
Oh,
that
yeah.
are involved with the team. Are you guys all similar age? Maybe everybody's just as hyped.
Oh, yeah.
About this.
Everybody. We talked about that probably more at practice than what the kids were doing today. So we had practice this afternoon and we talked about it just about as much as we talked about the kids. So
I love this.
What's your team of choice going to be? Oh, you're going to make your team. If you had a college team, though, who's
man, we're an A&M family. So but what we've all decided, if we're going to go the coaching tree in the dynasty, we're all going teams 100 and below, ranked 100 and below, and we're going to build them up and see who can play with that. Nobody's getting stacked. Nobody's getting stacked.
I like this, a non-front runner spirit that we've got here, and I think that's something else that is great about this game. I mean, anyone can go grab Ohio State and have a good time, but there's a little bit of fight that you got to have here. And I think that's.
I'm hoping my team might be Texas State. I liked what Texas State did last year, so I may go that route. That's probably which route I'm going to go.
Jesse, this guy's in a good situation here. Looking back at it, I think it's the first guy who I actually thought at the time he had a good, I thought he had a good situation. Now looking back at it, the first guy is the one who's kind of got to sweat this thing out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how many I like. So you told her like they were like it's coming back, and you turned to your wife and you were like, get in the car.
Yeah. The day the rumors were dropping that it was coming back is when I started throwing it out there.
That's probably the best mood. I'm surprised that a couple of the guys were like, yeah, she kind of found out about it like this week. Oh, that's cutting it close, man.
No, she just got reminded this week.
Yeah. You got to do it like a movie trailer. Like they just released stills from the upcoming Gladiator 2 today, and like that movie's not going to come out till next summer. So like it's stills. It's like a clip from like a phone footage of like someone, on set somewhere. Then like a teaser trailer. Then a full trailer. Then the media release, then the movie comes out. You got to build these things up before the drop. And what you've done is you set a foundation and you have an army of dudes around you now like you're all doing it together, and you set up a nice thing. This would be my suggestion for you all is you got all the dads and coaches are in this dynasty together. You need to get the significant others something going too. A happy hour would be my guess. It's a rotational basis. Someone drops the credit card off, they cover the tab, and then you're all home free.
Yeah, they can go have girls' night, go do whatever they need to do. They're on their own.
All right, Mike, let's find out what your school is here.
Yes.
Dom's been waiting for a while here too as well. So let's hear. Let's see. So he wants a real underdog here. I'm not hearing it. Yeah.
If it lands on Texas State, I'll be psyched.
Yeah.
You know what?
Purdue. That's
pretty terrible.
That's doable. That's doable. We can work with it.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're outside of the top 100, but a lot of years they're bad.
Yeah. We can work with it.
The home of Kyle Orton, if I'm not mistaken.
That is a Kyle Orton.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good right there.
That's not a bad pull.
Kyle Orton fucking love to get hammered.
I think so. Kyle Orton's last year, he played for the Bills and famously packed a lip on the sideline during a game. And I think when he retired, he didn't tell anyone. He said, "I'll be right back," and then never came back.
I can show you the great Kyle Orton collage because it's important. And then we're going to get to Dom. I have had this on my phone for too long. You guys know this one?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Guy loves to party. Anyone has.
Him and do you remember Jake Plummer? Jake the Snake Plummer?
Oh, yeah.
Both of those dudes looked like they just lived on Jack Daniels.
Drew Bledsoe's got that face, too. But he's
real big. What is it, Stonehenge?
And the sad eyes.
Yeah.
Crazy. Bloodshot eyes. Hey, Mike, thank you for your time. Good luck taking the Boilermakers all the way. And good luck to the Caddo Mills Foxes this year.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys.
Go Foxes.
All right.
Go Fox. This is a Fox Claw.
The Fox Claw. Oh. All right, let's bring in Dom. Dom, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Good night, Momo. I'm so sorry. I was telling my daughter good night.
No, you're good. All right, so we know there's kids in the picture, Dom. What's the setup like? Not a
So-
good start, man.
Right now, we're actually I'm in an apartment right now, so my Xbox X Series X is in our living room.
Okay,
Funny
this
enough,
is tough.
was actually playing it before I got on. So
Okay. So video games are played in the household, and the family knows daddy's working.
yep, pretty much. They
Okay.
understand. They stay away. I have an awesome wife, so therefore, like I'm playing MLB The Show right now, so she sees me
Okay.
pitching. She knows not to walk past me. If she sees me batting, she knows to wait until I'm done before she walks past to get somewhere else. So games have been a part of me and my wife's relationship the entire time. So she knew ahead of time, so there's no reason for her to be mad at it now.
Oh, that's great. And
That's good.
And I think we haven't run into really any severe problems tonight, but we are still 18 days out, and there's different situations. Jesse, did your wife game at all?
She does a little bit.
Okay.
She got really into the Nintendo Switch and was playing like Zelda and stuff.
Okay.
And has played games like that. She played like Hogwarts Legacy. She likes like fantasy things like that, which are very time consuming. So when I don't think there's anything out like that right now, but when it lines up, that's great. But nothing right now, but she is aware. Don, I was worried. You're the first one who's, because I'm in an apartment as well. And I was concerned with apartment style living, but it sounds like, especially MLB The Show, that's a very intricate, any baseball game where there's 182 of them, just regular season, that's time consuming. So I think my concern has dropped immensely for you with what you're about to put into College Football 25.
Yeah, so right now MLB is pretty much the main game that I play. I play fighting games every once in a while. Injustice 2 is my thing up until the new MLB The Show came out. And then I play Call of Duty with my friends. Funny enough, that's kind of the thing that I do with my friend group is we've played Madden and NCAA franchises for the longest. To this day, when we're having conversations in Call of Duty, whatever we're doing, we will bring up the fact of all of our old NCAA franchises that we had. I have one of my best friends' names is EJ, and we bring up the fact that his championship that he got in our franchise is extremely illegitimate because it was back during the BCS. So I was number one. I was ranked number 1. My best friend Doug was ranked number 2, and we were on a collision course. And then there was a computer ranked number 3. My other best friend UJ was number 4, and my best friend EJ was number 5. EJ beat my best friend UJ and jumped him from 5 to 1. And then
so you got bumped from 1 to 2?
I got bumped from 1 to 3. Doug got bumped from 3 to 4, and then a computer got bumped to 2, which won him a championship.
Yeah, this is no good.
To this day, we will never let that. We will never let that go.
Nor should you.
We won't have that problem this year.
No.
Are we running the league back? Because we got the playoff now. It's on.
Oh yeah, ever since this came out, it's absolutely done. Only one friend has said that they won't play it, but everybody else is on board.
How many guys?
All guys.
Or how many of them?
5. There's 5 of us.
5.
Okay. Nice at the one guy. What's stopping him?
He says that of course, this is 2010, 2011, 2012. He has 4 kids now, plus with a newborn. Now it's funny enough, all of us outside of one of us has a kid now that we did not have when an NCAA went away. But he said, he has 4 kids plus a newborn. He says that he's not going to have time to get on, play his games and stuff like that.
Here's the thing, though. He's going to
peer pressure him into it.
He's going to get FOMO. He's going to get severe. Are you all in a group chat?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to miss out. Like, here's what you do. All right, I'm not worried about your playing setup. One, I want to know, like, the first dynasty, like, you got to win this thing. Actually, you know what? Not even to take pressure off you, one of you has to win it, not EJ.
We're gonna spin a wheel for your buddy too tonight.
Yeah, you have to take down EJ. And does
the
he
whole
have?
goal is to take that's literally going to be the mantra that all the players hit before they go out to the field is
take down
beat
EJ.
Anybody but EJ.
Anybody? It's the opposite of the Kevin Costner draft day, where draft one name no matter what. Anyone but EJ.
It's funny. We talk about that movie a lot. Y'all are just like my boys because we talk about that movie a lot. That movie
it was amazing.
So great.
This
so greatly
game,
terrible.
This game might save the planet. This is what I'm starting to feel about, an hour and 10 minutes into these conversations.
I can't wait to play the
We all like to pick a bad team, and everybody loves this game.
And the funny thing about it is, I know you guys brought everybody on because of their wives. So this. My wife can't stop this. And luckily she knows, and she's great about this.
No.
She could, like the other guy said, she goes and watch Bridgerton. She started getting into reading books, so she goes get to read books. But there's nothing my wife could do to stop this. This is inevitable. This is Thanos. This is inevitable.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's coming.
No, this is wonderful, and that's why I wanted to do this because I do think like. Whether you played the last version in 2013, 2014, whether you played 2007, whatever, like it was a different version of your life because so much can happen in 10 years that changes everything. And a lot of people don't know, but it sounds like you guys are good. You guys got a good gaming relationship anyway. You're fine. Let's get your team and let's get a team for your buddy too, just to kind of, just kind of get him like, here's what you're missing. Get him.
Can we do him first? He goes first. I want to go second.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you're the one here. You get to pick the terms.
Oh yeah, the Cougs.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. He's gonna like that, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna like that.
You still have what's the old West Virginia coach? Rodriguez. What's his name? No, I'm making up stuff. Who's the Houston head football coach?
I was still thinking
Houston
of
went
Bob
to Texas,
Huggins.
right?
Yeah.
I'm losing.
Dana Holgerson?
No, that's West Virginia, ain't it?
No, I think Holgerson went there for a while, and then they fired him. They've got a guy named Willie Fritz. He's new, I guess.
That's a good name. That's a good coach name.
Oh, Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
There
was a big thing back in the day with our franchise. I actually played with Houston one year specifically because I was really big into the draft, and Ed Oliver was coming out.
Oh, my boy.
Guy. That was my
Buffalo
guy.
Bills monster, Ed Oliver.
Okay, here we go, man.
And then he does the rodeo.
Dom, who you pulling for? Who do you want? Like, who's your team?
UT is my team, born and raised here in Dallas, and UT is my team. I went to UNT for 1 year after I graduated. Actually tried to walk on, but didn't make it, unfortunately. So that would be my second team, would be UNT.
All right, here we go.
And that was their loss, Dom.
It really you know what? It couldn't have hurt anything. Oh, another.
Ooh,
we're fighting Illini.
You'll take over the Big Ten, my man.
Maybe
whatever
I can
they're
get
calling it
Rashard
now.
Mendenhall to come back.
Oh my gosh, Mendenhall.
Or
Big fumble.
Juice Williams. Remember Juice Williams?
Good grief. Makes you feel old.
Well, Dom, thank you for your time tonight.
No
hanging
problem.
out with
Thank
us.
you, guys.
Excited for you to finally get revenge. All right.
Beat EJ.
Beat EJ. I'm hitting the sign right now.
Beat EJ.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. Thank you for all you do.
You're the man, Dom.
Thank you for hanging out, Dom.
No problem. Y'all have a
Oh, sorry, I cut him off. No, I'll let you do it again. I cut you off. Sorry.
You guys have a good one. Good night.
Beat EJ.
Beat EJ on 3. 1, 2, 3. Beat EJ.
Beat EJ.
Oh man. Okay, Jesse's gonna have a beat EJ sign up there.
Yeah,
Behind
It's just gonna say
sign.
beat EJ instead.
Well, Jesse, I don't know how much we solved tonight, but I do know that I feel better about it. I was feeling.
I feel great.
And maybe it's just because of the debate the other night. I was feeling tension.
Yeah.
And well, there's been a lot going on in the world. It's hot. It's hell down here.
Yeah.
And I feel better. I feel like everyone's fine. I feel like there's not going to be any side eye. There's not going to be any guilt felt from anyone leaning into really their childhood when they get this game back in 18 days.
it has a very much a feel of like it's December 12th right now. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
It's December 12th. You're like 13. You know, you don't have like the whimsy of like Santa's coming, but you're just feeling good. You're feeling excited. You got a break coming up.
When's the earliest you can get it with the pre-order?
I think it's Tuesday. So the whatever date it comes out is a Friday. And I got hard. I went for a hard copy.
Hard copy.
Which I have some regrets about, but I also know that like I will not be able to function that week if I have it. It's better for me personally to get it on a weekend.
Yeah. Same. Okay, question for you real quick. Covers test. Oh,
Okay.
we'll spin a team for us too, just for fun to cap off the stream.
Yeah, no, I'll take a team.
But let's do a covers test. 1997.
97.
Ask for a hint, and I'll give you a position. And then
give me
the
a
second
hint.
hint will be the school.
My guess is running back.
No, so the position's quarterback.
Quarterback. Is it Peyton?
Nebraska.
Oh, man, I have no idea.
Tommy Frazier. You might
Yeah,
still
I'd have
be
never
young.
gotten
98 quarterback. Florida.
Was I close with Peyton? Oh, Florida. Could you give me his pro team if you had a pro team?
Oh, where did he go? Well, he was not a big time draft pick. It's definitely known as the college guy. I forgot who drafted him.
It's not the OU guy who won the Heisman and then never played it down in the NFL.
Nope, the Saints took him. It's Danny Warfel.
Danny Warfel. I was thinking of I thought of this dude the other day. I think his name was Sean White. Not like the snowboarder.
A snowboarder, yeah.
But you remember that dude? He was played for OU. He's number 18. He was beast.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think he got drafted. It was like this guy's going to win the Heisman, and then we will never see him again.
Was it Jason White?
Jason White. It wasn't Sean White. It was Jason White.
99.
99 was Ricky.
No, 2000 was Ricky.
2000 was Ricky. Who was 99 then? Yeah, give me a position.
Cornerback.
Oh, Charles Woodson?
Charles Woodson. 2001 running back.
2001 running back. Sean Alexander?
Correct.
What school?
Alabama.
Alabama.
2002 quarterback.
Chris Ricks?
No, but you're on it.
Florida State?
Florida State. Funny last name.
Cox?
Winky.
Chris Winky?
2003 quarterback.
That's Joey Harrington.
Joey Harrington. 04.
04. Is that
quarterback?
Larry Fitzgerald? Oh, no.
Fitzgerald's 05.
Oh, it was close. Quarterback? Give me the school.
USC.
Oh. Leinart.
No.
Who was pre-Leinart?
Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer. That's going to haunt me.
06, they did the thing. It was weird. They went with an old one. It's Desmond Howard. We don't have to do that. That was an odd one.
Yeah.
07, running back.
That's Reggie.
Reggie Bush. 08, quarterback.
08, quarterback.
Boise State.
Oh, yeah. Not a big name. Is he the Statue of Liberty guy?
Yes, Jared Zabransky.
Jared Zabransky. I would have never gotten that one.
09. That's
09 is Darren McFadden, Arkansas.
Darren McFadden was the Xbox 360 one. On PS2 was Deshaun Jackson.
That's where they started to split them. Deshaun Jackson, Cal.
PS3.
PS3 was that. I might be going ahead. One of them was Michael Crabtree.
That was 2010. Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah, Boston College.
2010, Michael Crabtree. PS3 was
then,
Utah quarterback Brian Johnson. What?
I would have never gotten that one. Which one was Crabtree? Was he Xbox?
2010. Yeah, Xbox 360.
Yeah.
2011 was quarterback from Florida. You know him.
Oh, Tebow.
2012, running back Alabama.
On the Saints, on the Ravens. on the meme where he's next to what's his name, the big dude who's now on the Ravens. Oh my God, Mark Ingram.
Yes.
Yes.
Quarterback Baylor 2013.
Oh man, RG3.
Yes. 2014 Michigan quarterback.
So he wore 98 and he never tied his shoes. Robertson was his last
Bernard
name?
Robinson. Yeah.
I hate that I know as many of those as I did. I know some people probably have them down pat. My brain is mostly Seinfeld and apparently the cover athletes for a lot of NCAA games.
Do you know who it is for the upcoming one?
Not Deion Sanders' kid, but the two-way number 12.
Travis Hunter.
And then I know more by name and number. Texas quarterback number 3.
Quinn Ewers.
And then the third guy. Give me – is it
running back?
Running back.
Michigan.
Oh, no, I don't know. Did he win the championship with them?
Yeah, Donovan Edwards.
Yeah. I'll know it. Did they?
Soon.
Is it just the 3 of them, or are there multiple for the other ones?
That's all that's listed on Wikipedia. So I don't know.
And then the one shot is like just every team walking out onto the field.
Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up and get this spin going.
Yeah, spin
Jesse, here you go, buddy.
I want a little guy. Oh, it was almost Buffalo.
It doesn't get much smaller than Kent State.
That's fantastic. Can't read, can't write, Kent State.
And if it wasn't them, it was going to be Ball State, and that's just wonderful.
And Ball don't lie.
Ball State. I'll play. Fine. UNT's gone. Makes me sad, but I'm really just glad that one guy I got.
And that was perfect. Oh, that's fun. They're good.
Yeah, they're good. What are the worst ones on there? Let's see. I'm trying to
I did it earlier, and I got Georgia Southern.
I mean, LSU. I guess this is the SEC, so you can kind of see. You can tell when the conferences get kind of bad. Army, UMass. UMass would be terrible.
That'd be rough.
UConn's awful at football.
I bet Troy is on there. Troy's bad.
ULM, Louisiana Monroe, Texas State. Oh, man, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Kent State's fun.
Yes. This is great.
I'm taking Kent State far. You know what would be interesting? This is what, again, it gets me revved up about this game. And it kills me that I haven't been able to go yet, and I really want to go to the Frisco Bowl, which I think now is the Scooters Coffee Bowl.
I'm sure we can get you tickets, dude.
I'd like to go. Well, I just haven't been in town when it's happened. But, like, I want to take Kent State to the Frisco Bowl.
If you can get them there.
You can get them anywhere.
Can you talk all the players out of not dropping out and getting ready for the draft, too? I mean, they got to play that bowl game. It's a legacy game for the university.
It's
the Scooters Coffee Bowl.
The Scooters Coffee Bowl. And
which I don't even have any. Like I don't there's not that many Scooters Coffee in them.
It's a Midwest based coffee chain, right?
I've seen one in like Bridgeport, which is hours away.
Yeah, I haven't had it since I was in the Midwest. And honestly, it's fine. It's not amazing. I'm kind of a black coffee guy anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But speaking of things that, like, here's my hope for this game. One, that it unites America. Two, I hope it opens when we turn it on with the voice of the dude, EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's got to be there.
EA Sports. It's got to be there. Big miss if not. And then I think we all should just call it NCAA. And in terms of like naming stuff, renaming stuff, Toyota Stadium should be Pizza Hut Park. It's way more fun of a name, and that's what I call it when I would drive past it. And
we go to Edge Fest.
Yeah, when you go to Edge Fest and you crowd surf during 311 when they're playing Uplifter, At Pizza Hut Park, not at Toyota Stadium.
You know, Rollertown is about to be right next to Pizza Hut Park.
Yeah, and I think that's where we hold the rallies to make them change the name.
We need a Pizza Hut pop-up, maybe.
And no one out pizzas the Hut. I maintain of the chains, it's the best one.
You've been saying that for years.
No one out pizzas the Hut. It's in the ads. They
Try
wouldn't
it,
lie.
Domino's. No.
They can't
Papa
do
John's, we don't even need to go into your off-the-field issues. We
it.
all
And here's
know.
the thing. The pizza might be better, but they're not going to out pizza.
No.
No.
They have
Can't
the
be
big
done.
game box, man. The big game box there, and then there's like a shelf. There's some breadsticks in it, and there's a shelf with a big brownie in it.
It's like an IKEA setup.
It's amazing. Well, Jesse, I appreciate you doing this with me tonight. We'll come back in a couple weeks, do another custom concerns, maybe. If there's anything on your mind, I know I've got a few topics that have been bothering me, some real issues that I think are plaguing our country.
Yeah. And this was a doozy. And did we fix anything? No. Did we set anything up? Kind of. Will it do anything good? Who knows?
Did anyone pay attention? You know, I mean, I think that's another thing. I mean, I think people jumped in. The comment section really died.
You should drop this in the Reddit channel, though.
I'll let them. Yeah, I'll let them get a watch. I mean, we'll see what happens if they'll. No one commented on that earlier, anyways. But for those of you who are going to watch this later, though, or you're jamming, I've got a stream at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, not the normal noon shot, the 11 a.m. shot. My buddy Brian Broaddus. It's the interview series In Tight, which is not up close. In Tight with Brian Broaddus tomorrow at 11 a.m. So join in for that to see two guys who are actively in PM Drive competing against each other, interview each other on a stream. How great will that be? Rodeo said, I've got no idea what's going on here. I'm just listening while bartending. Thank you for the numbers, my dude. Thank you.
Last call.
Yeah. Have one. Hey, have one on the rocks on me. Send me a Venmo request. I got you, Rodeo. All right, rock on, everyone. Everyone, give it up for Jesse. Come on, everyone. Make some noise.
And we got to beat EJ.
Oh, got to beat EJ. Remember that. All right. See everyone later. Goodbye.